This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I am one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
I am angry and afraid all the time. How are you?
Great. Well, Tim, I'll tell you what I am this week. I'm remorseful.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
What have you done?
You were there,
oh, God,
Tim.
what have you done?
You'll all see soon. Last week's episode about soup, Tim. It was a hot topic. A lot of...
that was a good pun, Tom.
Yeah.
A good soup pun.
A good soup pun. It was a super episode. I've got to get something off my chest, Tim. I have a prepared statement I'd like to read.
Oh, really?
Yes. This past week's comments about soup do not reflect who I am and my values, and I'd like to apologize. It was a very short written comment.
Oh, that's it. It's over.
Tim, since we've recorded that episode about soup, I've bought 8 soups.
8 soups?
Yeah, I've been going soup crazy.
Wait, 8 cans of soup?
8 cans of soup.
First of all, we should have mentioned that we could have gone for 6 hours last week.
Oh, that's just one of the many things that I have to, additional things I have to say about soup, is that I came in there pretending I was somebody I was not, Tim. Maybe somebody that I didn't know I was, because I went out after that and bought a bunch of soup, and I've been eating soup, and what a great...
We're going to have to go back and record a new intro for that episode.
Yeah.
Lest people think these dangerous ideas are still...
Right. Still active. And look,
Are you apologizing to me?
I'm
personally?
apologizing to everyone, Tim.
Okay. But
first and foremost, I'm apologizing to soup.
All right. Well, can we run down the 8 soups that you bought last week?
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to know some of them. You wouldn't know
I
them.
don't buy those. Look, here's what one of the things we didn't get to is I think canned soup is for suckers.
What?
Because it's so much cheaper. You can make a butt ton of soup for way cheaper if you just make it
sure.
yourself.
If it's just water. If it's just
Tom, I don't want to get back into soup. Tim,
I've seen your soups. You just get a saucepan going, and then you throw a couple of tea bags in there, and you call it soup.
No, that's when I'm making tea, Tom.
Oh, okay.
That's how I make tea, in a saucepan. All right. Do you want to go through the 8 soups or not?
Oh, I don't know if I could name all the soups at this point.
Okay.
They've all been good soups, though. And
Were they all Campbell's Chunky brand?
most of them were Campbell's Chunky
For
brand.
the chunky boy like you?
Hey.
For today's chunkiest boys, eat chunky soup.
Tim, that's not the way they advertise their soups. It's an unfair characterization. But I did actually have the chicken tortilla soup that I spoke so disparagingly of, and I loved it. It was such a good soup.
This is sick.
It's got
sick
rice,
that you're doing
rice
this,
in
Tom.
the soup. So I'd like to say that. I also forgot, and well, now I'm worried that I'm going to become like Ted Cruz and just eat soup all the time.
Yeah, by concern your loved ones by the amount of soup that you buy in bulk.
Ted Cruz famously, apparently, pretty much only eats soup. But I can see how he went down that path, and I can see the slippery slope
Here's
for me.
the thing, though.
What?
If you only eat soup and you come out the other side looking like Ted Cruz, that's the strongest argument against an all-soup diet that I can... It's a cautionary
we
tale.
kind of look alike already.
Yeah, if you
But
really...
then if I have, like a good 20 years of soup diet, I'm going to look just like Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be good for anyone. So that was one thing.
I think looking at a picture of Steve Bannon has it has made me want to quit drinking alcohol entirely. Like, oh Jesus Christ,
Oh,
this can
that's what
happen
could
to
happen?
me. Yeah.
So
Now and everybody, keep in mind, we are just attacking these people based on their looks. their
this is not a
physical
political.
appearance. Yeah.
It's just that these are very ugly men.
Yes,
that
very disgusting and ugly men.
And we're hypothesizing that it's due to their alcohol intake and their soup intake.
Yeah,
or why they look
alcoholism
like this.
and
Soupism.
weird, compulsive soupism.
But I can see why Ted Cruz did that because Ted Cruz is like and he even explained, he was like, I moved to D.C. To be a senator. And, like I'm away from home. I don't really know how to cook, so I just filled up my cabinets full of soup and
became the creepiest man in DC.
And I just always got soup on hand. So that's one.
Okay.
Second, we did not even talk about pho.
Yeah, pho.
Pho. Which we could have.
Don't dare call it pho.
Yeah, no, it's pho.
Pho.
Pho. Which I actually, it's one of those things I always think I don't like, but then I really like it.
It's just soup with delicious things in it.
Yeah. Well, but as was evidenced last week, Tim, I didn't think I like soup.
Yeah, it's true. I'm glad we've corrected the record.
Yeah. And then the third thing is we need to talk about rock soup.
Stone soup.
Stone soup.
You put a stone, it brings the character of the earth into the whole thing. It's,
it's
we're
a way
all
to
connected.
trick everybody to put their carrots in there.
Wait, what?
That's what
the book, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something about the book by William Steig? Was that his book?
Sounds like it.
If
you pulled that out that quickly, then it probably is.
Yeah.
But that whole thing was about tricking everyone in your community to give you free food.
Why?
Because it was like, all right, we're gonna make soup. Me first. I'll put a rock in there. And now everybody, you put in what you've got. Oh, potatoes and carrots and.
But why would that fool anybody?
Because look, you put a rock in the soup. That's not going to do anything. It's not going to make it taste like rocks. Luckily, it's not going to make it taste like rocks.
Tom, I just want to correct the record. It's by Marsha Brown.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember it looking like this though.
Might be a new one for a whole new generation.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my apologies about last week's episode, my corrections. Every episode should start with corrections.
Oh, my God. That would be the whole episode. We're already like 10 minutes into this one.
Yeah, we would never. This would be like our 300th retraction.
What do you think about starting a companion show to this show called The Actual Complete Guide to Everything? And every week
and then
it's
that one's even stupider.
Yeah, and then there's a third one.
Just an hour of duh, duh.
We did an episode about the circus a couple weeks ago, and then a circus man came and schooled us, and it's like...
Well, he didn't literally come. That would have been terrifying if he just...
yeah, he would have been on stilts and on fire.
Kicked in the door.
Yeah, rode in on a fierce lion.
Yeah.
A ferocious lion is what I meant to say. I just saw a statue of a dog behind you, Tom, and I thought it was a real dog. I'm going to continue on as if nothing happened.
I mean, Tim, also, my real dog is not too far. We're recording
I know, I'm not afraid of a dog.
my home today.
Anyway, the man on the internet really cleaned our clocks intellectually here, talking about how the circus
really is. And they said it couldn't be done.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, screw our stupid show. Like, I want to hear this guy talk about the podcast, the circus on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I guess what this boils down to is don't listen to this podcast.
Go to the circus.
Go to the circus.
And get
Time's
some soup.
running out.
Yeah. Well, time's running out for...
You can trick all the villagers into eating, to giving you their carrots if you just make some stone soup.
So that was one thing going on this week. The second thing was I was thinking a lot yesterday about how come, like we put like monkeys in space and dogs in space.
Yeah, not so much anymore, but yeah.
Right.
There was a time.
Well, we should get back to it.
Sending monkeys into space?
Monkeys and dogs. Why don't we have a monkey and a dog on the ISS, keeping everybody company?
That's true.
Yeah.
They'd probably appreciate that. A big, goofy golden retriever up there.
And
we'd have to put a dumb dog up there.
You're telling... Oh, yeah. He couldn't know he's in space.
A smart dog that's going to have to, like... He's going to, like, be like, oh, what are these controls about, right? Like, you want somebody to be like, oh, just sit over here. Come
get a run-of-the-mill dumb dog up there. Funding for, like, NASA and everything would go up 100x if there was just... Oh, you can also tune into the ISS feed anytime there's a dog up there now.
Yeah, just watch a dog floating around at zero gravity. And every once in a while, they like... throw like 15 tennis balls around and just watch that dog go nuts.
So that's one thing. But I was thinking last night
You know
a
this
lot.
dog Mamo
Mamo?
on the internet?
No.
It's an internet dog.
Oh, Tim, you gotta tell me when there are new internet dogs.
I would pay $10,000 a month to see Mamo in space because that dog would be the happiest dog ever.
Hey, we'll start a GoFundMe or something. Send this dog to space.
Yeah, and look, I'm not looking to take Mamo away from his or her
Earth.
owners. Yeah, no, I'm looking to
I mean,
take
you
Mamo away.
literally are.
No, the owners can go up there too.
What if they can afford it? You're not going to pay for them, too.
No, that's fine. I mean, how much extra
'Cause
could it
then
be to put one or two more
Yeah,
people?
but then all of a sudden they're like, oh, my cousin really wants to go to
Yeah.
space.
Well-
All of a sudden you're on the hook for sending half a dozen people to space.
Yeah, I'd like to make a personal plea to Mamo's owners. If I raise and donate a lot of money to send your dog to space, I'm doing it in good faith that you will not take advantage of me and bring your entire extended family into space with you and Mamo.
Right. And you want nothing to do with it. You don't want to go to space.
No, I don't care about going to space.
Oh,
I just
God.
want to see that dog having fun.
Anyway, my thinking was I was thinking about all these dogs and monkeys in space, and then I thought, yeah, we ever send birds to space?
No, they don't. They could go if they wanted to.
And then I Googled it, and to the best of my knowledge, we have not sent birds to space. But one time we took a bunch of pigeons up in one of those vomit comets just to see what would
Oh,
happen.
really? What happened? Did they just like flap in
These
the...
birds didn't know which way was up. Literally. These birds were just going and
That seems
as
cruel
soon as
at
I
some
watched
point.
it, I was like, "Oh, that's why we don't send birds to space.
Yeah.
These birds they're out of the bird brains, confused with what's going on."
Tom, can you imagine? You know what happens on Earth
Yeah,
when a bird gets loose in a room?
exactly.
Can you imagine a bird getting loose flying around the International Space
Yeah.
Station? All hell would break loose. That
Ah.
thing would fall from the sky immediately.
Yeah,
People
they'd be
did, like-
shitting all over the place too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So,
One of my biggest fears is being in a room where a bird is loose
birds are fine. I mean, you gotta look out for their
Gross.
claws and their beaks.
and they're pooping.
Did you ever have a bird when you were a kid?
No.
I had birds when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, I had
You were one of those bird families?
every once in a while I'd have like a little finch or something like that.
What?
Yeah, like a little bird.
Once in a while?
Yeah.
You didn't have like a beloved family bird?
No, they were all little birds. They weren't like parrots or anything like
Like a
that.
parakeet?
Yeah,
What's a finch?
just like a little tiny bird.
Hmm.
Very cute birds. But I don't know whatever
A
happened.
goldfinch. I read a whole book about a bird.
Yeah.
Proves I didn't read that book.
I don't know whatever happened to the birds. I don't know how many birds I had, if I had one or if I had like 100, because I never remember the birds being around that long. But I never remember getting a clear answer as to what happened either.
Your parents were just setting them free once they got.
I think so, which, in fairness, that's what I'd be like, oh, I don't want a bird in this house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to,
Well, Tommy goes to school. We'll let the
Yeah.
bird loose.
whole reason we
And
got
he won't ask questions. He didn't ask questions for the last 5 birds we did this
he
with.
gets distracted very easily. But I mean, I'd be thinking, you know what? I work hard. The whole reason why I got this goddamn house is to keep the birds out, and now I'm putting birds in.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of town.
What's the purpose of owning a structure for you and your family
you're
to
just gonna
sleep
put
in?
birds in there.
Yeah. Might as well.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Same thing with ant farms. But yeah, so that's
ant farms. I'm for
what do you mean?
because like you keep them contained.
The
Those
ants.
ants never come out of that ant farm. Sometimes people let the bird out of the cage.
Oh, I was always letting the birds out of the cage.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
you wanna
never
see what they
once
can
thought,
do.
like, let me get these ants out of here.
I never had an ant farm.
Me neither.
I had sea monkeys, but no ants.
How is the sea monkey
Mm-hmm.
industry still going strong?
It's not so much an industry. It's one company that makes them, and they're called sea monkeys.
Screw those guys. Let's put them out of business. They've been misleading children for like almost a century, right?
Yeah,
Like they've been
yeah.
like or you know,
Well, probably like 60, 75
yeah, since like
years.
the 40s, 50s maybe, right?
yeah.
50s.
No, but in the
Them in
50s,
the X-ray specs. You should throw the CEOs of those companies in jail.
yeah, well, they're both publicly traded companies, Tim. You'd never. They bring the whole Dow Jones Industrial Average down.
It's true.
Uh,
Our entire economy is built on lies of seeing through people's
you know what?
clothes and
You're
growing these animals that'll be friendly.
You're looking at this through 2017 specs, though, Tim. You got to think in the 50s, everything was so boring that sea monkeys and X-ray specs were probably super exciting.
What do you mean?
Everything was boring. There was nothing to look at. So you'd look at
you'd
sea
go down to
monkeys
the
for a while
river, the old fishing hole.
and see what? Not sea monkeys.
Life, man. Actual monkeys.
And then I think you have a very loose grasp on what the 50s were like.
Yeah, monkeys everywhere.
Yeah. And same thing with the X-ray specs, Tim. You know,
But you'd see real fish.
Yeah, but the X-ray specs, you got to think in the 50s, it was a lot more modest. And now you got some glasses.
But they didn't work is the problem, Tom.
But again, you're thinking nowadays where it's like, well, I want to see, some HD, the hardcore pornography if I put these glasses on.
That's not what I'm thinking.
You know what? And in the 50s, it was like, if I see a little bit of ankle, that will do it for me.
They didn't do that. They didn't work in any way, Tom.
They kind of work. They do something.
No, they don't.
They do. When have
wait.
you ever put on X-ray specs?
You are under the impression that the X-ray specs that they sold in the back of comic books actually did X-ray things a little bit. They let you kind of see through things.
No, but they would make it look like everything had bones, I think.
No, it was like...
No, I think they made everything
really
look like bones.
thin, like tissue paper or something. I had them when I was a kid. Yeah.
You had the bad ones then. There are good ones out there.
Tom, you are insane if you think that these pieces of garbage that they sent to children with the promise of
It made it look like
X-ray.
you could see bones, and that was enough for some people for them to, be titillated.
Tom,
They knew it wasn't real, but still.
the only bones that I want to see is on Fox 5 at 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Tom,
Yes.
this week, the landmark week, we're going to be teaching people about technology.
Boop, 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 boop.
Logging on to Snapchat.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, Snapchat. And Tom,
Mm-hmm.
look, let's do a full disclosure here.
Uh-huh.
Neither of us uses Snapchat on a regular basis.
No, not daily.
Both of us have
I did for a little bit.
Did you ever post anything?
Yeah.
I would check it once in a while.
I would check and I would post a little bit. And actually, that's one. All right, I'll let you continue.
So like we don't like
Mm-hmm.
like before we did some research for this episode, I really didn't know anything about it. But also, here's the thing: we're two guys in our 30s.
Mm-hmm.
I am always.
But Tim, you just told me you got a subscription to Riverdale. You bought the whole season, so
the Archie television.
yeah. So I mean, you're not as old, much of an old fart as
I did
you might see.
pay. I paid $25.99 to Amazon.com for a season pass to Riverdale, the Archie teen show.
Yeah, well,
just launched.
I mean that's redundant. Archie is a teen.
I don't know. Well, they're not played by teens.
No,
Um.
but who is nowadays?
The dog in A Dog's Purpose.
Okay, fair.
One of the dogs.
Yeah.
Several of the dogs in A Dog's Purpose. But like we're in our 30s, in our mid 30s, right?
Ooh.
Ugh. But I always hate when people are like, I don't understand this, so it must be dumb.
Yeah.
You know, everything all the time throughout history that has appealed to young people has
dumb.
been dumb.
Yeah.
But it's no dumber than the things that we liked when we were teens, right?
Yeah.
So everybody calm down. We don't understand it. We don't know what we're talking about. But, like, enough with the people my age. Like, it's so dumb that these people are doing this. Oh, these idiots are doing this thing.
Yeah.
You know what? They're smarter than you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
They might think, having like a mortgage is dumb.
Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, they'll think it's confusing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's not that confusing, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Just buy the house outright.
Yeah. Just use your considerable wealth.
Yeah.
And buy a house in cash.
Yeah, what are you doing buying
idiots?
things over 30 years?
Yeah, well,
it's going to take you
nuts?
forever.
Yeah.
Just buy it now.
Just buy it with the money you have
Yeah.
from your trust fund.
I was going to say, actually, and I wanted you to finish your little intro about Snapchat before I said this, because I feel like I did get into Snapchat, not like hardcore, but a lot more. And the reason why I don't really use it anymore is because everything else added the stories thing.
Yeah.
Which was really the only thing that I kind of got about Snapchat. Like, I get... Well, all right. So what it start out as, everybody's like, it's a way to send...
Well, this is a show for grandmas and grandpas, Tom. So
Yeah.
we need to take first a 1,000-mile view of it,
Yeah.
right? Is that
At
a thing?
first, everybody was like, it's a way to send pictures of your naughty bits.
Yeah, it was a way for teens to send naked pictures to other teens, right?
Yeah. But then once adults got on, they were like, I guess we can't send these anymore.
No, because you can... Here, Tom.
Huh?
Snapchat is primarily used for creating multimedia messages referred to as snaps.
Yeah. All right, Grandpa.
Snaps can consist of a photo or a short video and can be edited to include filters and effects, text, captions, and drawings.
Yeah. That at its core, that's what it is.
You're sending a picture or video, usually of a nude person, to somebody, either a group of people or one person.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Are there nobody really? I don't know. I've spent probably cumulatively 36 seconds in the Snapchat app. And I've never seen a naked person.
Well, they don't. It's not just being sent out randomly, Tim. That's one of the first things you have to understand.
Oh.
Yeah, these people who used it.
So do I need to sign up for some sort of list?
Yeah, you need to sign up for another service.
Okay.
No, but it's really interesting to me on like a societal level, because this was really started as a backlash to the idea that people younger than us, like, we're the first we're the oldest millennials, right?
Yeah.
We're the elder millennials.
Tim and Tom, the old millennials.
The elder millennials.
Some would say you're not even a millennial, Tom.
Those people
Some
are liars.
make the cutoff at 1982.
Really?
Yeah.
More and more I've been hearing 1980, which like makes sense only from a number perspective,
Yeah.
I guess. But at the same time, you can find some 13-year-old who acts like an old fart.
Yeah.
And you can find some
weird. I don't like these children that act like,
You don't like-
I'll wear this cardigan sweater, this brown cardigan. Stop it.
Yeah. Look,
Weird
we
me
can
out.
both go on record that we don't like precocious children.
Yeah.
And
I don't know that I've ever met a precocious child. I think that might be
a myth.
entirely the television and movie industry.
See, no, they're Tim, you gotta come to some of these. I've been going to a lot of Broadway auditions lately. A lot of precocious children.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right.
So you've got that, and then you've also got nowadays we got 70-year-olds who are addicted to Twitter. If you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But-
Donald Trump.
Never the Apprentice guy.
Yeah, the man from the Grimace commercial.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Grimace's friend.
Grimace's friend.
Man, if that were true.
No, if he was actually friends with the Grimace would be nominated for the Supreme Court.
And what would be so bad about that?
Yeah.
What was the Grimace's deal? What was he?
What was the Grimace's politics?
Where did he fall on Roe v. Wade? No, what was the Grimace's motive in life? What was he after? I got everybody else's motivations. The Grimace was just kind of around.
The problem with the Grimace is his name was the dang Grimace,
Yeah.
but he was so jolly.
Right, yeah. He
Was it one of these things
a
where
man
like
of contradictions?
marketing was just like a little darker in the 70s
Right.
when they were just like, no, this guy's bad. And then they were like, we're trying to sell poison to kids. Can we make the
least
purple guy friendly? Yeah.
And was he at some point a man and something had happened to him?
Oh, that hadn't occurred to me.
Yeah.
Like fell into the McFlurry
Yeah, he fell
machine
into a
and
vat of
yeah.
acid or whatever, and this is what came out. Fell into a ball pit. This emerged. So Snapchat started as, like I was saying, there was a generation a little bit younger than us that grew up, like we grew up with technology, me and you, but we were at the front of it where it was like everything new's coming out. And we're like, oh, awesome. New thing. This is all great. But then people, 10, 15 years younger than us, that wasn't new to them when they were kids. It was like, oh, I've always had a computer connected to the internet at my house. We've always had.
Must be nice, kids.
We've always had high-speed internet. We've always had Wi-Fi. I've always had a smartphone. Like this stuff wasn't new to them. And not to get political again, but Obama famously said this where he said, I don't understand how anybody's going to be able to run for office from these other generations because everything you do is online and permanent.
And that was very quickly disproven.
Yeah. It was very quickly disproven that your social media record was not going to be a barrier to entry. But Snapchat grew out of, I think, a lot of kids being like, look, when I send somebody a message or something, I don't want that going to the National Archives forever.
Yeah.
I want it to be ephemeral.
Yeah. Although the millennials, the teens didn't know the word ephemeral.
No, they came up with it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought that was like by it sounds like a word like fairies.
It sounds like a word that fairies from the forest might have come up with.
Yeah, FAERIE, like the like real.
Yeah, the cool spelling.
Yeah, it's like
I know. I know that's a big trigger issue for you, Tim. If people don't spell fairies the right way, the old English way that you insist on,
like the bewinged ones, not the like slur.
Right.
Yeah.
So. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
You've confused the hell out of me.
Snapchat, I think.
Oh, yeah, Snapchat.
I'm confused all the time trying to understand this Snapchat.
So kids basically just want a way to send pictures to each other without that person having that picture forever.
Right.
Especially when they're doing something dumb or embarrassing.
Yeah,
which
be that a nude picture, be that them doing something racist,
right,
or just generally unpalatable, something they'd get in trouble for.
No, but I can see that. I mean, I'm sure you've done this too, where like, at some point you have to go through your Facebook or whatever and be like, all right, let me get rid of all these pictures that I'm tagged in that aren't necessarily like horrible, but it's like that does not portray me in the best light.
Yeah, I'm going to start curating this a little
right.
more actively.
Well, and that's what people say, that Snapchat is kind of a response against that idea, because you got to think kids younger than us, they're so probably weighed down with the idea that like I got to curate my fucking personal brand all the time. But I've still got this thing. This is still how I communicate.
Yeah.
All right, there's got to be like a different
How
form
can
of communication.
Somebody see me nude without everybody seeing me nude?
And without that person later showing everyone me nude.
When things inevitably go south.
Right. But it's not just nude. It's, I'm out partying. Look at me. I'm hammered. But I don't want, because I still have embarrassing photos of people. I have embarrassing photos of you from like being 18 or whatever.
Yeah. There's an embarrassing photo of you on the internet that is posted on a website that we don't know how to take down, and so it'll just be there forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what Snapchat And actually, I would argue that maybe the younger people who use Snapchat a lot, they might be more, they might have like better mental health than people like me and you. Because I feel like we're old enough that now we get, okay, I got to be careful about what I put on online.
Right. Put on online?
Yes. What I put on the computer. But I don't know. I don't socialize nonchalantly like Tim, you're just playing with Snapchat now.
I am. I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm a dog. Sorry, go on.
I was defending my thesis here.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. Snapchat, right? Millennials, they have
People
better
like
mental health.
People like me and you should be using Snapchat more.
I disagree because I don't see anything of value being shared. It's not an exchange of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun playground.
Oh, the rest of your communications are an exchange of ideas.
Yeah, it's a freaking Algonquin round table.
Yeah.
My text changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But here's the thing. The thing that concerns me about Snapchat is that it's and they're trying to like.
Oh, let me go on Facebook, see what ideas people have been sharing.
Oh God, Tom, I have quit Facebook because I was tired of people sharing their ideas.
Yes.
All
right, I've heard all the ideas.
Heard all the ideas I could stomach for a while. I'm sick of arguing with people's uncles who I've never met in the comments of something. And Snapchat's trying to pivot away from this, I think. Mm-hmm. But it all seems to be very selfie-based, right? Like, the fun part of Snapchat for me is you put on the selfie camera, right? Like, you switch the camera to the
Pop open a bottle of wine, honey. We're putting on the selfie camera.
And then you click on your face. It recognizes your face. It puts it through these filters. And then suddenly you can look like a dog. Mm-hmm. You can look like a something or other.
You can look like you, but with bigger eyes.
Yeah. And it's pretty fantastic technology.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun, too.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're doing it to your face.
Here's the thing. Tim, you're just... But there's a dark side, too.
No. This is the flaw, I think, because it's fun when you're doing it, and like when you and a friend are doing it or whatever, or the face swap is fun. Like But do you have any interest in looking at anybody else's video or picture of them? Like, this is me with dog ears. Oh, look, I'm having fun doing this. Cool. Yeah, I had fun doing that too. I had fun when it was me. I have less fun watching you have fun with it. And I think that's the thing where it's like, that's the part of it that I just have never been able to embrace, where it's like, yeah, no, it's not an enjoyable of an experience for me to see your
Somebody
narcissism.
Else. Right.
I like my own narcissism just fine. That's what I'm programmed to enjoy.
That's actually interesting, because I wonder how many people... Like, I feel like Snapchat is one of those social networks, too, where... So, like, I'm on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram all the time, but I don't post to them that frequently.
Right.
Where I don't think that's true of Snapchat. I don't think there are, like, lurkers on Snapchat. Like,
I've never posted to Snapchat, and I've been in once in a while to see what friends have posted, but it's always kind of just boring.
Well, but that's kind of the idea, that Snapchat's supposed to be this unfiltered look at your life. Yeah. Where Instagram is the perfect, beautiful pictures. Right. Look where I am. This is great. Look at how great everything looks. I put some filters on it so it looks even better. And this is permanent. This is up there forever.
Right.
Snapchat is not that. Snapchat's dirty.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There's no public commenting or liking system, right?
You can reply to somebody's snap with, a message.
But that just goes to them.
That just goes to them, yeah.
See, that is appealing. Or I can see the appeal of that.
Yeah, and there's no, liking or sharing or anything like that.
As much as I hate the fact that, like, when I post a a funny tweet or like an Instagram
When
that
are
I
you
think is cool.
When are you thinking about doing that?
Every goddamn day of my lifetime, I do it. I achieve it. But like, I love compulsively checking
Twitter.
how many.
When
many,
you do post. Yeah.
How many likes I've gotten.
Yeah, you get a little dopamine hit.
Yeah, but also, like, I would love a way to be like, hey, you can you can keep like doing this, like keeping in touch with people, and not have that maniacal
need for approval.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. I'd love for something to force me to break that habit.
Well, Snapchat might be for you, Tim.
Yeah, or maybe I'll just fucking go live under the sea.
Well, I mean,
part of me is just gonna move to the ocean floor.
They don't,
and just live like a king. James Cameron did it, Tom. Don't tell me it's not possible.
He didn't live down there.
You're
under the mistaken notion that there are domes down there.
No, I think there's dancing crabs.
Oh, you just want to live, just breathing water.
Yeah, what was Ariel's problem with Under the Sea?
Ariel? Yeah.
Mario?
What was her problem?
Yeah.
She was just like a rebellious teen, I think.
Yeah, we shouldn't be celebrating that, though. She had a great life down there. She was the daughter of the king.
Yeah, she was a princess.
Yeah. I guess that's an easier way to say it.
But she was just fascinated with the outside world, Tim. She collected who's what's and gidgets.
Yeah, it was called a fork.
But
idiot.
she didn't know it was foreign to her.
Yeah, well then
they
back
ate
to where
everything with their hands under the sea.
Stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Never leave it.
What was Ariel like eating down there? Just kelp?
Yeah, seaweed.
Yeah, because you wouldn't just eat like a singing fish or whatever.
Yeah.
And how are you gonna cook it?
Crack open Sebastian's claws and suck out the meat.
Well, and if you don't cook them first, so it's just going to be all goo.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I won't live under the sea.
Yeah.
I need to live somewhere, though, that's not here.
Think about the woods. May I interest you in living in the woods?
One time I went into the woods, Tom,
mm-hmm.
and I encountered, I was but a wee child.
Yeah.
And I encountered a grizzled man sharpening a knife.
Yeah. And how'd you find this man?
It might have been a few, I don't know, tweens, I guess we were at the time, following a trail of pages ripped out of like maybe a Penthouse magazine.
Trail pornography.
Yes. And it all led to a man sitting on a log sharpening a knife.
Yeah.
And then we ran away.
It could have just been a coincidence.
Probably. Like, do you think in a million years that guy thought that trap would work? Like, he was just like, I think he was so unprepared for us to be like, thank God.
He was probably like, look, I really don't want to satisfy my bloodlust. I know it's wrong and I know it's bad, but boy, if a kid's this dumb, I guess they deserve it, and I shouldn't feel bad about it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Snapchat.
Yes.
Tom?
Snapchat, the modern equivalent to a trail of pornography leading to a man sharpening a knife in the woods.
Tom?
Yes.
So this isn't all just sharing photos with your friends and videos with your friends.
No.
And what the lenses? That's another thing.
The lens.
There's filters, or
that's lenses are what they call anything that's like a filter or like an effect.
So I'm taking a picture of myself here, and then this thing, where you swipe to the left, and then you can overlay things. Like this says 0 miles per hour.
That's
over
how
a
fast
picture.
you're going.
Yeah. Hey, dickheads, why don't you take this out of the app?
Yeah.
There's no need for this.
Yeah,
other
people
than,
have now died because of it.
Yeah. All it is like, look, I'm no like, it's promoting bad behavior. But like, nobody's going to be like, hey, guess what? Check me out going the speed limit in a car. And don't worry, I'm not driving.
Right.
Check out me in the passenger seat of a car going 45 miles per hour.
Yeah.
It's always going to be...
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
It's always going to be like, I'm driving, or we're going dangerously fast.
Yeah.
Okay. 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. This is Barometric pressure? Who the fuck? What the?
I think it's altitude.
Oh, yeah. Altitude. Okay. Still. Oh, it's actually nice to know how.
Look at how high the barometer is where I am.
And then there's specific
Geolocation.
Yeah. Which is one of their all right, so they're we forgot to mention. Mm-hmm. They're going public, baby.
Yeah, baby. Buy.
If nothing else, take our advice.
Well, Tim, we should disclose we're early investors in Snapchat.
Yeah, and as always,
which is crazy that we really have a very vague understanding of it.
Yeah, we should also, as always, disclose that we are financial. Legally, we have to say this: we are financial professionals, and you should follow all of our advice.
Yeah, you should take this as financial advice.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think there was an executive order signed yesterday that allows us to actually say this.
An executive order that rewards us for saying this.
That's not actually too far off, but we'll talk about that some on our Blowhard podcast later. So they have 3 distinct points of monetization: camera, content, and communication. We've talked about the camera, Tom.
Wait, none of them are money?
No. All right, Tom. This is embarrassing because we did just say we were financial professionals.
Right.
They're going to monetize using these things.
Money.
Right. So basically what they do, like right now I've just flipped through your things, right? I'm
through
sitting,
the lenses.
In your apartment. And full disclosure, we're in Crown
Heights, Brooklyn.
Can we say that? You're not afraid of inciting more riots here?
Damn, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, but I think like Beatlemania, positive riots.
Right.
Tom lives here.
Yeah.
Let's set a car on fire.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
like a celebration.
Yeah, a celebration that Tom is in town.
Uh-huh.
But you can, so like this is like Crown Heights, and it says like, so I could take a picture of myself, and it will say the neighborhood I'm in, and it looks like graffiti because it's cool.
Yeah, it will do it in like the style of that neighborhood.
Right. Now you can buy, like corporations or businesses can buy a filter, like a lens, right? So like if you decided to run hypothetically a brothel out of your apartment, Tom, and you wanted to promote it when hypothetically Leonardo DiCaprio comes and he can snap himself, and then you can buy a thing where he can say Tom's brothel,
right? And
then now
look at that brand awareness.
Exactly, it's brand awareness.
Well, and they do this a lot for like events. If you go to like a big like a festival, like there will be like a festival lens,
right?
So I'm sure like the Super Bowl's this weekend. I'm sure there's a Super Bowl lens.
They've done it for movies and stuff too. Like, oh, you can make yourself look like RoboCop. That one didn't happen.
You can make yourself. If
there's a RoboCop movie coming out, I would love to look like RoboCop.
They made that new RoboCop movie and they never followed up on it.
Did anybody see it?
I saw it with AJ.
Yeah, you guys hated it.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It wasn't terrible. Like I thought, like, oh, they'll make another one of these bullshits.
Anyway, you can buy one of those. I think across the whole network or across the whole country.
Yeah, you can
for $750,000 per day.
Woo-wee.
1 day, one filter.
Yeah. And probably no guaranteed results even.
What would the results be?
Yeah,
it's there.
exactly.
You bought the thing. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out, Bob Iger.
And, differing, you can, you can have one that's just like like that says Crown Heights, or you can have one that turns you into Iron Man. There's different levels of sophistication.
Right. And you can geolocate it, I'm told, down to just like a single block.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which ones, but I've seen lenses where I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like there's a lens for this block in this economy?
In this economy. Tom, so there are stories, too.
I give them a lot of credit, actually, because every goddamn new tech company is always like, oh, we're going to figure out a new monetization thing. These guys actually did figure out.
Yeah.
It's still advertising.
Might prove to be bullshit.
Right. But they figured out a different thing other than, a banner ad that you have to click on.
Right.
So good for them.
Yeah. So we
kind
of
of
talked.
Their stock.
Buy. Stories, Snapchat.
Snapchat
they're
stories.
viewed in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
Each segment is accessible for 24 hours.
But I kind of stopped using that once. That was mostly what I was using Snapchat for. But once Instagram rolled their thing out, I'm like, oh. And it's crazy to me that nowadays things have gotten to the point where companies don't even pretend like they're not stealing features from each other.
Yeah.
They're not even like, oh, no, this isn't stories. This is
Let me
tales.
tell you how it's different.
Yeah.
And it's like,
No, it's
they're
stories.
like, oh, yeah, this is the thing that we took from this other thing.
Yeah, we saw this is very popular on Snapchat, so...
Right.
But vice versa, Snapchat added filters. That was Instagram's thing.
Right. But they've kind of morphed that into Discover, where it's...
Apparently, Facebook is getting stories soon, too, by the way.
Ooh,
If you need more.
so this thing that I can get for free on 2 other places, I can get for free on a 3rd place?
Yeah.
Who can keep up? Discover short-form content from major publishers,
Yeah.
including BuzzFeed, CNN, ESPN, Mashable, People, Vice, and Hustler magazines.
There's not a Hustler
So
one.
you don't need to go to the woods, teens. Just go on Snapchat. You don't have to go through the woods.
If you go
and
through
encounter...
that Hustler discovery thing, don't get to the last story. It's a trap.
Yeah, these are they're kind of cool. They're depending on the publication. The Daily Mail one is raunchy every day. It's like, check
Well,
out
the
this
Daily
lady's
Mail's raunchy.
butt.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's this lady's butt from a different angle.
Yeah. Can you believe this woman showed her butt again?
Yeah.
There's so many Daily Mail stories that are like, look at this careless woman who didn't keep her legs perfectly crossed as she was getting out of a car. Look at this slut. And now a lot of people are talking about this. We're reporting on it. They do a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
They're garbage.
There are ads sprinkled throughout that content, which I assume that Snapchat splits with those publishers.
Yes.
But those
I think they also give the publishers like an upfront, like, we're going to pay you to start using this. What do you call that? A thing.
in advance?
Yes, in advance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, in advance.
Revenue guarantee, maybe?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Mhm.
They're making an F ton of moolah on that.
Yeah, except in their IPO filing, they're apparently not making any money whatsoever.
Buy. They're, the thing that pisses me off is that, like, they're pushing this to be, like, the future of journalism. These,
Snapchat.
Yeah, but, like, the Discover thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine and good, whatever. Like, it is useful on some level. But, like, we don't have to play into the whole, like, you don't need an attention span at all to stay informed. You're doing your civic duty by just, like, being vaguely aware of what's on Snapchat. Now go and vote, everybody.
Right, yeah. Don't read into this issue. Just, like, watch a few people's take on it.
It's cool to have, but let's not migrate the entire media to this model, which I feel like they're really trying to do.
Right. And if you want to do this for, like, celebrity news or whatever, fine. That's great. Sure.
Jen and Ben. Jennifer and Benifer. All the favorite people.
Yeah.
Brad and Jen. Brad and Jennifer.
Yeah.
All of them. Vince Vaughn.
Tim, me and you were at a pub quiz this week, and boy, we almost got into a fist fight with people over our assurance that Ben Affleck was the right answer to something, and other people being like, well, maybe we're
Friend
not.
of the show, Pollux. I almost punched him in the face. You can hear him on an episode of After Dark.
Yeah, we were furious because we were sure, and he wasn't sure, and it's a long story.
We went to a pub trivia night.
Yeah.
We were sure of an answer. Another man, a good friend of ours, was
and
not
it was like
sure
a bonus. It was like a final Jeopardy situation.
Yeah, time was of the essence.
Yeah. You got more points the quicker you answered. But guess what? Our team was already blowing everyone away, which you could say, no reason to risk that. But you could also say, no guts, no glory.
Run up the score.
Yeah. Let these fuckers know who's in charge. Us.
Yeah. Us, Tim and Tom.
Yeah.
We know everything about Ben Affleck.
We know it all. You
I've
can't
seen
tell us
all
anything.
the Snapchat stories.
And then we have to sit through 5 more questions about Ben Affleck when we're like, it's Ben Affleck. We know it's Ben Affleck. God.
Friend of the friend of the show, Aaron Lee. Okay, a couple more Snapchat.
The man's
things.
going through a lot right now. He can't direct Batman anymore, even.
I mean, I think he doesn't want to. Yes. I think he read the writing on the wall there.
I think he also doesn't want to be Batman in this new movie, and he's trying to. Yeah, well, you know what, dummy? You were in that crap movie. Maybe you shouldn't have been like, and the next one, I'll write it, and I'll direct it, and I'll be Batman.
Well, he thought he can control it all. See, Ben Affleck thinks you can't. He thought he can save it, and you can't save everybody, Ben Affleck.
No.
There's only so many hours in the day.
Well, and
you
also,
learned that on the set of
Live by Night?
the Project Greenlight movie.
Oh, yeah. The Leisure Class.
The Leisure Class.
Yeah. Only so much time. Ben Affleck learned a lot of lessons from The Leisure Class.
Tom, I feel like this show is exclusively for me and you. Like, the only person who's going to understand what's going on in the last 5 minutes are me and you, not even like our close friends.
Nope. Just people who know a lot about Ben Affleck and who are really into season 4 of Project Greenlight.
Yeah.
That aired, I don't know, a year and a half ago now?
Yeah. According to Snapchat, Tom.
Yes.
Do you know about your Snapchat score?
Yes.
Do you know what it is?
It's all the messages you've sent and received?
It's, quote, according to them,
Mm-hmm.
it's determined by a special equation that incorporates all of the different ways you use Snapchat, including the number of, number 1,
Yes.
the number of snaps you send. Number 2, the number of snaps you receive.
Yeah. So far, this is what I've said.
Number 3, the stories you post.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, other stuff.
It's probably just a level of engagement,
Yeah.
how quickly somebody opens your Snap. Like, they have ways to tell if what you're posting is interesting or not, if people like it.
Yeah.
And then if they like it, they want to tell you, hey, you're doing great. Keep it up.
They award trophies to users according to how much they explore and use the app.
Ooh.
That might be where Squarespace got all their awards.
It might be. They might be mostly.
Some of them, yeah.
It couldn't be all of them, but it might be some. Some might just be
Yeah.
Snapchat awards.
They're also gonna. It's also like they're trying to make it like an iMessage competitor and like a WhatsApp competitor.
Yeah, it's strange to me nowadays with apps because it seems like over and over again something becomes like a hit because it's simple and easy to use, and people are like, oh, great, yeah, I love this function of X, but it got so bloated, and then these apps go and get all bloated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my problem with most
There's a
things.
fine line.
I think most things should be, here's a simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pay a modest amount of money for this,
Right.
and then use it.
But how are you going to do that with something like Snapchat when, you have to reach critical mass?
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think more things should be, the way something like Hulu is now where you can pay to opt out of ads.
Right.
Like, yeah, Facebook.
Which you, who have famously been stealing my Hulu. You've been stealing my Yoo-hoo, you son of a bitch.
The nurse is stealing my Yoo-hoo account.
The Hulu. You use my Hulu account.
Yes.
And you always berate me for not paying the extra
Yeah,
$4
you
a month.
cheapskate. Fucking pony up for the
How am I the
ads.
cheapskate? You stole my password.
I didn't steal it. It was given to me.
You shithead.
Tim, look, you're just doubling the money for these corporations. When I'm using your Hulu account, now they got twice as many ads being shown.
Well, stop. You went to the trouble of creating your own profile.
Well,
which I didn't even know could be done.
I wanted to keep our preferences separate, Tim. I don't like when people. I don't like people knowing what I'm watching.
Well, I could just click on your.
Like, I don't even
profile.
like. You have my HBO Go password, and even though it's my account, well, it's not my account, it's my mom's account. But I don't like that. I'm like, well, I guess I can't go watch any of the late night stuff because
Why
old
not?
Tim will
You
know.
say your mom was watching it.
Then, well, if Tim's scrolling through here and he's like, resume where you left off.
Well, here's the thing.
If
that's the case,
yeah,
then I'm scrolling
that's
through.
true. But
And
I
like,
don't
I'm
like
not
you
gonna,
knowing. I don't want you knowing my tastes.
Yeah, but
in
I wouldn't
softcore
want you
pornography.
knowing my taste in that either. So, like, I'm not going to be like, so I see Sorority House Party
I
5.
wouldn't watch one of those. Tim, a lot of them they have are sci-fi ones. You would know by looking which ones I would probably watch. Be like, oh, this
Yeah, but why would
this softcore porn has time travel in it. I bet Tom watched that one.
My point was, why would I confront you on that when I would reveal myself to have been?
You'd come up with some convoluted I dropped the remote out the window and I tapped a bunch of buttons on its own and I
Well,
ended
it's
up
true because it does have I have the Roku, which has
physical buttons.
and the buttons that you don't have to point the remote at the thing.
Oh
It's
yeah,
got,
it's like Bluetooth. They can work
yeah,
in it. It's not
yeah.
infrared.
So yeah, some
Now you
neighborhood
got-
kid got hold of it down the block, pressing all the buttons.
Um,
I noticed that Space Vixen 6 was 17 minutes in.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Sometimes when you watch, look, I haven't watched one of these in a long time, but sometimes when you watch those, you can see what's actually going on, downstairs, and it's a whole lot of nothing. Maybe I'm being too vague.
Hey, you want to solve a problem?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems. I'm Tim.
I'm Tom.
And we're going to solve a problem. If you have a problem you'd like us to solve, email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com. Tom?
Yeah.
We have a
Problem.
I'm just okay. This is somebody. I think we could use her name, Kayla.
Kayla, got me on my knees, Kayla. I'm begging, darling, please, Kayla.
I prefer the bluesy unplugged version.
Got me on my knees, Kayla. Do.
The two worst guys in history. Number one, when Eric Clapton started playing Layla at Unplugged.
Yeah.
The first guy that realized that it was Layla.
Woo!
But yeah, boom, 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 woo! Right.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, the first guy in the audience that recognized at Nirvana Unplugged, who recognized that they were opening with "About a Girl."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, cool, an older cut. Like this was coming on the heels of like two of the biggest albums in history, but they went for one that nobody knows except for me. So I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, they should have had a blanket rule at those Unplugged. Like, guys, when you recognize a song, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
We're
let
recording this for longevity.
Yeah. Hello, Timothy and Tomothy.
Yeah.
That's not your name. I have a mail-related MAIL related
Oh.
problem. Here's the story. My town's post office got broken into recently, and the criminals stole a bunch of packages.
Huh.
One of those packages being mine, and now I'm out $50.
It was $50 in a package.
Well, we'll get to it. What should I do? Try to solve the crime? Sue the post office for emotional damage? Help. Thanks. P.S. I thought you would think this is funny. A bunch of packages were slashed open, and my friend's package was bled on.
Ooh.
I'm assuming they've cut themselves with a knife
Yeah.
and then took a Band-Aid out of the first aid kit and left the bloody package.
Okay.
The package was 2 shirts, in case you were wondering.
Okay. 2 presumably $25
what
shirts.
were you going to say?
Presumably?
No, you went 2.
Oh,
Once, twice, 2 times the T-shirts.
what the hell? The post office just says, well, nothing we can do about
Hey,
it.
you got to be a real bonehead to rob the post office. Hey, you know what? Nobody there cares.
The
You could
perfect
probably-
It was probably during open hours.
Yeah, you could probably just walk into the back of the post office. They'll be like, "What are you doing here?" And just be like,
Hey, you can't bleed on those.
"Hey, you can't bleed on those." I don't care.
Whatever. My shift's over.
Yeah.
Wait, so I don't understand. The post office gave her no recourse, just like, somebody stole your package. I know whoever sent it to you relied on us to get it to you safely, and we failed. And that's that.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the way it runs. Don't sue the post office because I feel like that might like run them out of business. And I like
That might be it.
Yeah, I like the fact that I get mail. I think I think people are way too down on the post office.
Yeah.
I kid about them not caring about their jobs. I think they're set up to not care about their jobs because they've been told that they're shit by the people in charge of running them for the last 50 years, right?
Well, they're also like chronically underfunded.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of reasons why it's probably not enjoyable to work at the post office.
Starting with the fact that none of those packages are for you.
Yeah, you get excited every day. You see multiple trucks pull up with all these packages.
And you're like, oh boy,
Yeah,
I wonder what it's going to
Christmas
be.
morning, and then it's like and you check everyone diligently for your name.
Huh?
Takes you hours, and none of them are for
Yeah.
you.
It's
Sad. It's a sad world.
It is a sad world.
Yeah. So no disrespect to the postal workers of America.
Yeah. Whenever I go to the post office to pick up mail for me and you, Tim, mail that rabid fans send us,
Yes.
which I haven't been to go do in a while. I do like
Rabid dogs into us.
I do like whenever I bring if there's like a package, I bring the thing to the window. The guy's like, all right, I'll go get it. And he disappears somewhere that I can't see for a long time. And I kind of like that.
It's probably the back.
It's hard to explain how this post office is laid out, but there's kind of no back.
Okay.
There's kind of like an inside ring and an outside ring. So like the outside ring is technically the back.
This one on 4th Ave?
Yes. Tim, I don't know streets.
You don't know streets.
But anyway, this person, they can probably, were these shirts a gift or were they ordered from somewhere?
If they're ordered from somewhere,
Yeah, you just go and be like, hey,
they never came.
They never
That's
came.
all you have to say. They
yeah,
never came.
Don't give them any more
There was
information.
no insurance. Like the post office doesn't go like, okay, now we like voucher. I don't know how the mail works, Tom. And let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me that it works at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you gave me a letter and was like, get this to Philadelphia, I'd be like, I don't know. What? Why would I do that?
Yeah. I'm not going there.
Yeah. And you're only going to give me 47 cents?
Oh, that's not nearly
Screw
enough money
you. That's not
to
even going
make
to
it
cover my
worth my
gas.
while.
Yeah.
And that's where the post office thought about, you know what, but if we get enough of these layers together.
Brilliant.
And that's why things take so long to get to Philadelphia. They got to wait till they got enough letters to make
Yeah.
it worth their while.
Specifically to that one street in Philadelphia.
Also, don't rob a post office. You can just take the postman's stuff when he leaves it outside.
That, I think they like send you to jail and throw
Well,
away
it
the
is
key.
a federal crime.
Yeah.
If they catch you. We had a lot of problems in, like, my building's part of like a complex with multiple buildings, and my building, luckily, knock on wood, hasn't had this problem, but other buildings have, where UPS or whoever leaves packages, and then a man comes and opens all the packages and takes anything worthwhile, and they're not even his. It's called stealing.
It is. Here's what you do. You set up a portrait studio.
Mm-hmm.
You rent a storefront.
Yeah.
And you go, this is a great promotion we're running.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do one of those things where we take a picture of you every day for a year. And
you can do this yourself.
You could, because like this is like professionally done.
Okay.
Like we'll pose you nicely. So, and guess what? It's free for the first year, and you put flyers everywhere in town for this. You get coverage on the local news, right? You get people to come in, and presumably most people in the area will take advantage of this. A free service where I can get a picture taken of me every year,
be
every
an
day
idiot
for
not
a year.
to.
Yeah, and so they come in one by one. Everybody comes in every day. You keep track of the shirts they're wearing.
Okay. And
You
then
see
if
somebody
you see somebody
wearing
wearing your shirt.
One of the shirts that you think, all right, now he's on my list of suspects.
Uh-huh.
Now, you still have to wait it out because you need all the evidence.
Right.
And presumably other people might have the same shirt, right?
Yeah.
But
You
then
might
when
get
that
some false flags.
person
some
comes
false
in
positives.
with that second shirt, citizen's arrest.
Yeah. You got them dead to rights, and you got the pictures to prove it.
Exactly.
The perfect trap.
Yeah. A honeypot is what they call that.
Right. And how much could that possibly cost you to, just run a storefront where you take pictures every day?
You know what? How long could it possibly take to take a picture of somebody?
That's
a second?
true.
You just press the button.
And how many criminals sell what they steal and don't use it for themselves? Hardly any. Most criminals are just looking to steal things that they can use.
You know what might also help? Look for someone with a cut on their hands. That's more evidence.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going with it, to see who had a cut on their hands.
No, then
O.J.
you would do free palm readings.
Oh, yeah. And
you'll need to buy a crystal ball, a fake wig.
Uh-huh. And if somebody had a cut on their hand, they could just tell you, "Oh, I cut my hand. I dropped a glass in the sink when I heard the news that your T-shirts were stolen."
Oh, exactly.
So I was so upset, you see. But I had a flight. I had to go to Chicago.
Hope this helps.
Yes.
Thanks for writing in. If you have a problem, email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com.
If you want to send us mail, you can do it too. That's what I was looking up. P.O. Box, or first off, The Complete Guide to Everything. That's us. But you know what? You don't even have to put that on there.
You should.
You should, but every time I pick something up, they're like, "Oh, The Complete Guide to Everything. What's that?" Anyway.
It's my podcast, you dunce. Hey.
Get with the times.
It's my podcast, you fucking asshole.
The Complete Guide to Everything, P.O. Box 212, New York, New York, 10276, United States of America.
And if you like the show, you can do the things on Facebook, facebook.com/completeguide. You can follow us on Twitter @CompleteGuide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @YourPalTim.
You can follow me @Tom Reynolds.
Other things. Oh, check out the Reddit site. reddit.com/r/TCGTE. There is a remarkably lively conversation about our soup episode last week.
A lot of opinions.
Yeah.
You knew it was such a hot button.
I said it last week. It remains true. That's my favorite thing, to go there throughout the week and see what zany things you guys are all posting. So become a part of that.
My favorite thing is to go on YouTube and look at spooky videos.
If you want to support the show, you can do it in one of two ways. The easy way, do all your Amazon shopping through tcgte.com/Amazon. That brings you to the same Amazon that you know and love. We get a small kickback at no cost to you. It's a really great way to support the show. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
And then there's a fun way. Patreon. Support us on Patreon. tcgte.com/pledge. Starting this week, we've migrated away from the news. You'll get a weekly podcast called Fast Food Friday.
Every Thursday.
You can also do other things. Google Hangouts. We recently reshuffled everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. We should probably take down that video that has inaccurate information.
Yes. There's going to be audio versions of the Google Hangouts.
Yeah. Cool. And you can support the sponsors if you'd like. Is that the other?
I think that's all the things, Tim. We didn't talk about Snapchat spectacles.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do that?
Glasses.
Oh, that was the one thing that you said like you had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Then we just started talking about scary men in the woods.
Well, you know what? You got to get that news out there. Would you buy... So for anybody that doesn't know, these Snapchat spectacles, they're sunglasses, $130. They've got one camera on the front of it looking out. And I think like a button, and you can tap the glasses, and it will make a Snapchat of what it sees.
Make a Snapchat.
It will make a snap of what it sees.
All right. How do you feel about this?
I think it's neat. Like,
you scumbag piece of garbage. Go back and listen to what you said about the Google Glass.
Listen,
you're on record, sir.
It's a lot different than Google Glass in a few key ways. The first one is that it's not on all the time.
Yeah, like nobody's going to hack that to make it on all the time.
Well, the battery will run out.
Your battery will run out.
Well, my battery ran out long ago. And so there's that. Oh, and also they made these look like a pair of sunglasses, not like a Star Trek thing on your face. Like they're still what would you call them? Like stylistic glasses. Like they're not like trying to pass for like a pair of Wayfarers or something. They've still got personality to them, but they look fun. And
You're an idiot. You're a stupid idiot.
And it's a lot cheaper. I like them. I mean, I don't think they really make sense for me. Like, I'm not going to get them. I might get them. But
if you get them, I'll punch you in the face.
Oh, you wouldn't punch a man with spectacles on, would you?
Punch Orville Redenbacher.
What?
Yeah.
Because he wore spectacles?
Yeah.
They're different.
Well, no, I punched him because of the popcorn, but I didn't mind that he was wearing spectacles.
It got burnt.
Yeah.
But you used to only be able to get them at these little pop-up vending machines, but they've said recently that they're gonna do like a big expansion.
You love pop-up shops.
I like vending machines a lot. I love like that. When I went to Japan, I was like, give me all the vending machine stuff.
Do you get excited in an airport when you... We've gone so long. Do you get excited in an airport when you can buy headphones from Best Buy at a 60% markup from a vending machine?
I don't think they're actually at a markup. I think they're still the regular price.
Oh, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining, Tom.
I'm pretty sure that that's the case. But I've never bought anything from a Best Buy vending machines.
Buying headphones at an airport, you are a desperate man.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought cheap headphones at an airport.
Yeah, Best Buy's going to rake you over the coals for those Beats, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to get raked over the coals anyway. If you forgot headphones and you're at the airport and you're like, God damn it, I've been meaning to buy Beats anyway. All right, I'll just buy these. That actually think makes more sense than buying like a $20 pair of shit headphones.
Yeah, and that's when Best Buy knows, oh, you know what? You're forced to buy them here, so we're going to mark them up a little bit.
I don't think they mark them up a little bit.
They do, Tom. I was
there.
No, I was at the airport. I was there. I've been to the airport. I've thought of going to an airport at one point.
What headphones? Beats?
Yeah, Beats
by are already
Dr. Dre.
Expensive.
Yeah, guess what? They make them more expensive.
How do you know? Did you know the list price off the top of your head looking at the headphones?
I'm saying you go to any Best Buy and then go to the airport.
Yeah.
The prices at the airport are going to be higher than what you see in Best Buy.
I don't care what you say, Tim. I'm still doing all my shopping at the airport. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.